guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Lillian and welcome to a new series that I'm posting on my channel. Hopefully, fingers crossed, I can upload every week, but I thought because it's Tsom, aka Lent, which means that a lot of Christians around the world are fasting for 40 or 55 days up until Easter, and I was like, why not do like a cooking series to give you guys a little bit of inspiration on what to eat when you're fasting. When we fast, we eat vegan, so no dairy, no meat, no milk, none of that stuff. No fish either. I know some people do eat fish still, but we don't eat fish, so completely vegan. And it is hard, I'll be honest. I don't know how I'm going to upload every week. I asked you guys on Instagram for some inspiration and you guys gave me a bunch of suggestions for recipes, so I'm gonna try those things out. But I'm very excited to bring you guys with me on this journey. I fast every year for the past, I don't know, for the past few years I've been fasting every year. And I kind of get stuck in eating the same thing, like rice, pasta, veggies, potatoes, that type of thing. So hopefully I can make it a little more diverse this year. Don't mind this look, I just came back from uni. Exam season is starting soon, so I'm not looking forward to that, but it is what it is. Anyways, I'm not gonna talk too much. Let's get straight into the video. I am going to make a simple, very easy and quick rice with veggies. Kind of like a stir fry slash fried rice. And it's completely vegan, super tasty. This is one of my go-to dinners that I have at least once a week. Especially with some yogurt on the side, if you're not fasting, obviously. So good. One more thing before I head into the video. Make sure to leave a comment down below on what you want me to cook or bake next. That's it, say bye to my face, and let's get into cooking because I'm hungry. So these are the ingredients. I usually chop it up while I'm cooking, but for the sake of this video, I thought it'd be easier to just chop it up in advance and prepare the veggies. So we've got onion and garlic, then I've got some leeks. Then here I've got some zucchini and red bell pepper. I've got chickpeas, frozen beans, and I've got some carrots that are peeled and chopped up. First things first, I'm gonna start by boiling the carrots. These are just a few leftover carrots that I have. As I said, you can use any vegetables that you like. You can also just put these straight into the stir fry, but I like my carrots to be a little bit soft, so that's why I boil them first. So I put the heat all the way high and I just put some hot water in there and I add a little bit of salt. So while that is cooking, I'm gonna start with frying my onions. Don't mind the pan, it's a little scratched up. I need to get some new pans, but I haven't even had these for like 6 months and they were scratching up so easily. Anyways, I'm using extra virgin olive oil. You can use any oil that you like, that you prefer. And I think I use about that much. It looks a little much, but it's not that much, I hope. And I'm going to let this warm up and then I'm going to add my onions and then let those onions fry a little bit and then add my garlic. So I'm going to add the onions now. I let the onions fry a little bit first because garlic actually burns pretty quick, so I want to wait with adding that. Okay, I don't want the carrots to be too soft, so I'm going to turn that off now. As you can see, the onion is nice and brown. So I'm adding the garlic. Sorry, I forgot to turn off the extraction. I'm not sure what it's called. The thing that takes up the fumes. I added the garlic and now I'm going to add my frozen green beans, but I'm breaking them up in pieces just because I don't want big pieces of green beans. And I don't really have measurements, I just eyeball it. I think that should be enough. Then straight away I'm adding my chickpeas. And I drain the water first and rinse them. As you can tell, I'm adding the harder ingredients first. just because they need a little more time to cook. Things like zucchini, it cooks quite quick, so I don't want my zucchini to become mashed zucchini. While that's cooking for a minute, I'm going to put up my rice. I use 1 cup of rice and rinse it. So right here I've got 1 cup of rinsed rice with 1.5 cup of hot water. Then I add a little bit of salt and a little bit of turmeric for the color. And then you just give that a stir. And then you put it on low to medium heat and put a lid on it, and you just let it cook. I don't drain my rice. I just let it cook until the water is gone. And it takes some time to learn the art of, I think they call it dry cooking, but if you stick to 1.5 cup of water to 1 cup of rice, I use basmati rice, then you should be fine. Just make sure the heat is on medium-low heat. So with my electric hob, I use number 5, which has worked so far. So now I'm going to add the rest of my ingredients. Okay, this already smells so good. I have this weird thing, like when I cook something with veggies, I like my veggies to look super colorful. So that's why I always get like a red bell pepper, and then with green veggies, and orange is carrots and things like that. I don't know if I sound crazy right now, but it just makes me happy when my food, like my veggies, look colorful. So I boiled some water, and in this cup I have a Maggi cube. Is the vegetable one. This is actually another brand, but it's the vegetable stock cube. And I'm gonna pour a little bit of hot water in there, about 1/2 cup, 1/2 to 3/4, and I'm going to let that cube melt. While that stock cube is melting, I'm going to add my seasoning. I start off with some salt. And I don't really have measurements for this, so I'm sorry. Then I use some black pepper. Black pepper always makes me sneeze. Then I use some turmeric. This gives it a little bit of color. And black pepper actually activates the benefits of the turmeric, so that's another health benefit. Then I put some ground ginger. I'm not really a fan of ginger, but as a seasoning, I don't really mind it. I don't really taste it that much. Then I put some chili flakes. I know this is upside down, it's because there's a hole in here, but this is some garlic powder. Love me some garlic. I usually put paprika powder in this, but I ran out. But this is some onion powder. Then I've got some curry powder. And a tiny bit of this chili powder, and surprisingly, this chili powder is actually very spicy. So I only put a little bit, that much. And then some soy sauce. Some Maggi liquid seasoning. And last but not least, some Sriracha hot sauce. So I know it looks like a lot of seasoning, but I just love it when my food is seasoned properly. And then last but not least, I'm going to add the stock cube, which has melted by now. And I think I'm gonna have to add a little more water because I have quite some veggies in here. Oh, I didn't stir it well. I'm going to add about another ½ cup of water, so that will be 1 cup in total. And then you just stir it. So now that I've added the water, I'm going to let it simmer kind of until the water is gone and it's almost like a thick type of sauce. And the rice, as you can see, is bubbling up. It's not done yet, but that will be done around the same time as well. If you want, you can put a lid on it. You can also leave it open like that. It's completely up to you. Sorry, I keep forgetting to turn off the extractor, but I just checked the rice and it's nearly done. It needs like 1 more minute. I put some foil on top of that veggies because I don't have a lid for that pan, but it needs a few more minutes because the water hasn't fully absorbed yet. So I'm waiting for the water to, what do you call it, vaporize? I guess that's what it's called. For the sauce to thicken a little more, and then we should be done. As you can see, the rice is perfectly cooked. I'm just fluffing it out a little bit, and I turned off the heat so that it won't cook anymore. And then we're just waiting for the veggies to finish, and then we're done. I left it for about 5 to 10 minutes. I actually am gonna add a little bit of water, just a dash, because I think I overcooked it. Not overcooked it, but all the water is gone. This is the type of consistency you want to go for. It's not really a sauce, but you do want it to still have a little bit of moisture in there. I'm putting all of this rice straight into the pot. And look at that. No burn, as you can see. No burnt, oops. No burnt rice. As you can see, I always use wooden spoons, so I'm not sure how these pans are scratching up so quick. Also, I forgot to mention, the reason I add chickpeas is because they are a source of protein, so it will make you feel more satisfied, as well as just the fact that you need to eat proteins. So yeah, rather than adding chicken or meat or fish, you can add proteins like chickpeas, lentils, and this is the end result. Super delicious. Add salt to your taste. I'm not a fan of adding too much salt at the start. I'd rather add more salt because once you add too much salt, it just ruins the whole dish. So I add a little bit of salt. As you saw, I do use many different types of seasonings. That's mainly because I don't really use any seasoning blends. The only seasoning blend that I used was the curry powder. But other than that, all of the seasonings were like pure ground seasonings. If you want to, you can just use like one type of rice seasoning blend, such as biryani seasoning or any type of seasoning really, but I like to mix and match my own seasonings, so that's why I use so many different ones. But even just using that curry seasoning and some salt and pepper, that already works. And there we have it, some rice with veggies and chickpeas. I've got some hummus on the side with some cucumber slices, and this is the final meal. This is my dinner, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope this gave you a little bit of inspiration if you want to make a vegan meal, if you want to go vegan and slowly incorporate it into your life, or if you're like me and you're fasting and you have to eat a vegan diet for the next 2 months. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know what I should cook next in the comments down below. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you can stay updated. And I will upload recipes every Sunday for this Tsom season, or this fasting season. Thank you guys so much for watching and for your support. I love you guys. God bless, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!